Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, day 1037 on the road, and we're in Bourbon County, Kentucky. Hey, don't worry, we're okay. Truth is, we're way behind because we've been binging on Game of Thrones. Just kidding. But we could if we wanted to. Our new Verizon data plan is now so hot that a series binge is finally within reach. So, if you're driving through Ohio in the middle of the night and spot a strange blue light in the middle of a cornfield, it could be us, wilding on Game of Thrones. Truth is, we just fell behind. Can it be a month since the pink moon got all tangled up in the telephone lines over the Cracker Barrel in Sulphur, Louisiana? Now here we are in Kentucky with the blue moon waning away. All this moonshine burning on both ends of the month just made us lose track, I guess. Also, we've been reuniting with family and close friends. Weeks of Texas solitude instilled a longing for familiar company. No one's really a stranger in Texas. Still, navigating through unfamiliar territory is heightened reality, stimulating but exhausting. Someday we hope to travel with an organized caravan, but for the present we find that happenstance is a great friend maker. While camping on Armistead Lake, I met Peggy, a former San Diegan and now a retired art teacher from Kansas City. One misty day, she invited me into her nifty clam quickset and beautifully restored vintage Airstream, and introduced me to plein air with a free painting lesson and also how to make an Altoids paint box kit. All in one day, being introduced to a new hobby and a new mosquito-proof annex, all for the cost of a $5 campsite. And now, when we finally go to Kansas City, we won't be strangers. Family time for us is a major travel challenge. That's no exaggeration. My family members are widely dispersed and some live in extremely remote areas. My father's house in Mississippi and my sister's house in Tennessee are more than rural. They're wilder rural. Places where know-how is worth more than money because a turnaround trip to the closest business district takes most of the day. So it was a big deal when Daddy and his sister Sonia from Alabama met us in an extremely remote place that neither had ever been, Grand Isle, Louisiana, where we celebrated my dear aunt's birthday. And a few days later, we met up with our golden San Diego friends. Jim and Sam Pascarella flew into New Orleans, where we immersed in the culture and indulged in some much-needed joie de vivre. Sorry, we can't show you all the photos because what happens in NOLA stays in NOLA. And at our campground on Lake Pontchartrain, we met Living in Beauty followers Susan, a retired family counselor, and her engineer husband, Ed. We're now very close friends because I talked way too much about my personal life. Susan and Ed have been on the road for several months now, and just days before we met them in New Orleans, we were wondering how they were. So we're over the moon to have actually met them. Later that week, we arrived to my father's house. Dad's house burned in February 2017, and he now lives in his new house, built on the same site, with my brother Chris and his wife Sherry. So anyone who dares to mess with my dad will have to get past my brother and his attack dachshund first. That afternoon, we welcomed our friends Larry and Jackie, Beauty's former traveling companions, and their beagle, Bailey, from Alabama. And voila, an Airstream meetup is born. Whenever we're in Dad's neighborhood, we're sure to get our dental checkup with Dr. Harrison and my spine adjusted with our wonderful chiropractor, Dr. Miller, who makes it all better. Our next stop was the Cherokee Mountains in Tennessee. Ears are Pico's most prominent feature, but lately he's been exhibiting tooth pain. So in Tennessee, he had a thorough dental cleaning, which required no extractions other than serious tartar. So thanks to Notchie Creek Veterinary Clinic, Pico is back to noshing on his chewies, and next time he bites us, we'll have less risk of infection. But mostly, in the Cherokee Mountains, I just hung out with my sister Deborah, watching a snake sun on the rocky creek in her backyard, and trying to remember all of my big sister's old boyfriends. It took a while because she had a prolific romantic life in her youth. And between Googling her oldies, I walked around the house while my niece stood outside playing the flute, wondering if Debbie and David's real estate agent was really a hobbit. Now we're in Kentucky, touring distilleries and picking our way through the gnarly remnants of the Second Great Awakening and visiting the Abbey of Our Lady of Gethsemane in honor of Thomas Merton's writings. Next, on to Alumapalooza 10 to meet up with many more silver friends, Airstreamers, and like-minded wanderers. Till then. Thank you so much for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. Okay, that's it for now. Safe travels and see you next time.